Inbreeders.
talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash, we get down and care. Opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right, we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Like broken dreams, raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd, and just to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. We say. We say. My mother twitted my fucking temples!
You are fired. You are fired. Get it off. Oh my God. There we go. Hi. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is a live show. Hope everyone's had a fantastic day so far. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. And we got some crazy. Yeah, your hair looks funky. Okay. Not as funky as normal, but you're good.
All right. So we're going to be talking about, of course, two conservative MPs. One has now left the party. The other one has become a turncoat liberal. God damn it. So we're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to be talking about what all do I have here? Oh, right. Statements that old Wobbly Wob Canoe has said in regards to people that like the accompaniment of children. Can I say it that way? Do you know what I mean when I'm saying it?
Yes, I think that is a safe way. I think that is a safe way. And I think that the people who actually pay attention to us will get what you're saying. They seem like a smart bunch.
So, yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, and him, of course, wanting to use the notwithstanding clause because our Supreme Court has decided that mandatory minimums for adults who like the company of children should not have a mandatory minimum. So, we will of course be talking about that, and then we will be having a call in section for you guys, or if you guys wish to call in, I encourage you. The link is pinned at the top of our YouTube stream, so you're welcome to join. Have a little chit chat for a few minutes, and then we'll get out of here. So if you guys have an opinion to share, I'm more than welcome to hear it. Of course, we do have to enforce TOS, so any calls for like violence or anything like that, you will immediately be booted. So outside of
that's
that,
not cool.
Yeah,
if you want to have a conversation with us and even disagree with us, that's cool, but like we don't want to die.
Disagreement. No, but just people in general. People in general. And of course, coming out of LA, this is a big story from a Gold's Gym where a social media influencer chick. I've never heard of her.
She's a singer. I haven't either. However, it's an interesting story.
Yeah, she's been getting some backlash, and Gold's Gym has been getting a lot of backlash because a very clearly man-looking man was in the bathrooms, and
it's a man, baby.
It's a man. So we'll talk about that, and I'm sure much more. In fact, we do have a couple of videos showing socialists are actually like useless human beings that are just trends on society. So I'm sure we'll piss off someone out there today, because
that's how we do.
Before we do,
Leo, kick it.
Wah.
I don't know who kicked.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, your little factoids. Before we started the show, interesting, by the way, but literally bubblegum wrap was originally designed to be textured wallpaper. That one blew my mind. Some of the other ones I knew, but that one I was like, what?
I know. Cray. That's so totally cray.
Cray.
Am I having a delusion? Did we talk about this before?
What?
Maybe I'm having like a fever dream that I thought we did, but maybe we didn't. But we'll
deja vu.
We'll start with this. So this is from the CPC. So Doug Ford tells feds to immediately overturn Supreme Court ruling against mandatory minimums for kitty porn.
Okay, well, hold on. What does that mean? Like overturn, like to
no longer enforced.
Okay, meaning that there is no longer a minimum sentence. It's just off to the gulags type thing. Okay.
No. It's just, it can be a conditional sentence. It can be various other things. Then if you are caught with kitty
CP.
stuff on
CP,
on your, if you have it, you will be hard line. No, I don't care where you got it. I don't care how you got it. I don't care if it somehow got. No, we're not playing this game. So yeah, I'll just read this quickly. So Ontario Premier Doug Ford expressed disbelief at a Supreme Court ruling against mandatory minimum jail sentences for accessing or possessing child porn. A 9-judge panel with the Supreme Court of Canada ruled in a tight 5-4 decision Friday that the 1-year mandatory minimum sentence was unconstitutional. It said cases cover a variety of situations, could remove the judge's ability to impose blah, blah, blah. Don't give a shit. Okay. These people who commit these crimes are predators, disgusting scumbags who prey on children, belong behind bars for the rest of their miserable lives, said Ford. The notwithstanding clause was designed to protect the will of the people. The federal government needs to use it to overturn this decision immediately. I 100% agree with Doug Ford there. This is why the notwithstanding clause is very important within Canada. Because if a ruling seen completely contrary, or actually not in the interest of Canadians is made, the notwithstanding clause can be used to force a decision. to decide. The appeal court examined a scenario in which a 18-year-old received an explicit photo of a friend's 17-year-old girlfriend. Justice Mary Morrow wrote on behalf of the majority that in the age of digital communication, the last scenario is not uncommon. Yeah, you delete it. Or once you become aware of it, delete it. She said, while the actions of the offender in this scenario are serious, they fall on the low end of the gravity scale for crimes of possessing child porn. Imposing a sentence of 1 year's imprisonment on the 18 CP. Sorry. Well, I'm just reading. I assume if it's good enough for the Communist Broadcasting Corporation, it's good enough for the old commie tube.
No, it's not.
You guys are like two birds in a feather.
It's not.
Imposing a sentence of 1 year's imprisonment on the 18-year-old representative offender, when a fit punishment would be a conditional discharge with strict probationary terms, would constitute a grossly disproportionate sentence. Okay. I'm not a hardcore conservative. I'm not a hardcore leftist. I could understand in scenarios where you are when someone shares something with you unintentionally or with the intent. In fact, we had a recent scenario here where a similar instance took place where a vindictive girl tried to do this, same thing. So we are very familiar with that. And obviously, we're not talking about instances of this. We're not talking about those kind of instances where someone who maliciously or with the intent to distribute. Okay, how about charge the person who was distributing it at the very, very least?
Yes. I mean, yes, 1000%, because it could be either the willing participant distributing it or it could be an unwilling participant distributing it. But I think the distributor should be the one that is the one facing the charges. I mean, let's just say you have a teenage child and somebody sends them stuff and they're logged in under your account. Now, should I go to jail because my child was looking at messages? Because technically that account's attached to me. No. I mean, the thing is, like, there obviously I'm going to assume that there is the certain circumstances or whatever it may be. However, it's I don't know. It's scary because, like, literally you're I don't know. You guys got teenage kids out there, especially teenage boys. Oh my God.
This is a fringe scenario. Like, okay, in fact, with this ruling, I'll say this. I agree with the Supreme Court that in this instance, but we don't legislate from the fringes. That's the thing. We've seen what our justice system has done where we've ruled and made laws on the absolute fringes. Laws are supposed to have at least a tiny little bit of I don't want to say someone's circumstances because, of course, well, everyone's circumstances is unique, so you should legislate from there. But I think where...
Yes and no.
Okay, clearly the intent, what was the intent of sharing this? Was it with the expectation that this person was underage? Also, aren't liberals the one that are asking for for minimums, like for children at 16 be allowed to vote? Aren't they asking to lower the age of all of this stuff to a lower degree?
And being able to chop off said bits.
Yeah, the whole idea of the mature minor.
Yeah. Oh, God, that made me so mad.
Yeah,
when we were
so I can see the argument that's coming from both sides, but the side that I'm going to fall on is we know how these things will try to be abused, and you should probably do everything in your power that if images that you are unsure of probably should be deleted, or hey, maybe the chick that was taking these, how about her?
Right? How about them sending it? Like, the thing is, if let's just say my teenage son received an image of his teenage girlfriend, like, okay, the one who sent the image should be in trouble. Yes, the both teenagers. And that's the thing that people don't understand is you could be 17 years old and your girlfriend's 17 years old exchanging photos. Guess what, guys? It's still considered CP. which is it. Like, I understand it's mind boggling, but for that child, they don't see it that way because the person's literally the same age. So like there needs to be something, here. I mean, the person sending the parent should be talking to them, telling them you can't be doing this, and explain to them why. We've, unfortunately, because we've seen how this world has turned, we've had these conversations with our boys, explaining to them that even though you are this age, this could be considered CP. Like, you have to be careful. Like, parents need to talk to their kids. They just talk to your kids, guys, please.
Yeah, 100%. I 100% agree. This stuff, I hate. Like, maybe it is a mandatory minimum one for this. Like, we know that. I think because we are facing like a clash of, like, the liberals have this big love of pushing things deeper and deeper in terms of like age of consent. They keep wanting to push that boundary from lower. 18 to 16 to 14 to 12 to 5.
5-year-old can tell you what their gender is and get some diddly bits chopped off. It's ugh.
Well, exactly. So I'm a little conflicted with where the liberals are trying to hold this. And okay, clearly we have set a standard within Canada, and if we're going to suddenly overturn because of, say, this one certain decision, we've seen it. The kiddie stuff's been getting more and more rampant. It's been getting more proliferated. It's been getting just worse.
Yeah.
So does the 18-year-old maybe hold a level of responsibility that, hey, you're now an adult. You're an adult. You're no longer a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand, hey, if someone's underage and they're sending photos, how about charge that? Like, again, how about charge that person? How about the person that was distributing it?
Yeah.
Like, should there be 3 separate charges with regards to this type of instance?
Well, and I mean, the thing is, too, that you have to, I don't know, there needs to be so many things that are looked at in a situation like this. Someone gets sent an image and it's sitting on their computer for days, weeks, months. It's sitting there till they get caught. Okay. And if they've then distributed it to others, yeah, okay, I can see a charge being laid there. But I mean, someone gets an image and then they delete it right away because they're like, oh, I'm going to get in crap for this. I must delete. Like, are those people getting charged too? Like, there's so much questions I have about this. And I feel like it's just scary out there, guys. It's just freaking scary.
Well, and this ties into, of course, so Wab Canoe had made some statements.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I have the video here too.
Yeah, so this is from the Winnipeg Free Press. So Canoe stands firm on support for pedophiles getting jailhouse sentence. Premier Wab Canoe defended incendiary remarks he made Monday, supporting punishments outside the justice system for those who access or possess CP. You've got to find a way to communicate that makes people pay attention. I mean, I guess. A day earlier, the premier was asked to respond to a Supreme Court ruling that rejected mandatory 1-year minimum sentences for possessing said material. Canoe said not only should those offenders serve jail time, they should bury you under the prison. You shouldn't get protective custody. They should put you in prison. So Gen Pop, if you know what I mean. Skinners, this is the worst. Holy shit. Yeah. JD delay. He might have some comments. Give the right. He said using a prison term for PDF files. You mean chomo and sex offenders. Later, during question period Monday at the legislature, Canoe echoed the comments, saying that if it were up to him, he'd invoke the code of the streets. I mean, all right, kind of based. Kind of, damn it, based. Release the PDFs into prisons Gen Pop and see what happens. And this is where the hats come into place. Of course, the Canadian Bar Association issued a statement Tuesday without naming Canoe, asking political leaders not to undermine the rule of law. This is literally the rule of law.
Right.
Literally. When political leaders suggest or condone punishment outside the justice system, they erode the very rule of law that safeguards. No, there is a rule. There is a rule. Okay. The Canadian Bar Association, you guys just need a couple more shekels for your bullshit. So, no, there is a code, there is a law, and there are very much safeguards in prison. If you are a chomo, they will take care of you. We know this. Okay. It's not hidden. In fact, there have been many stories of correctional officers that find that information and they pass it on. We've seen instances where cell doors have been left open for said individuals for them to get taken care of. Yes, because you know why? Because the justice system actually failed. That's what the Canadian Bar Association doesn't understand. The justice system actually failed in this instance.
But it's funny, they make a statement like that, but then when it comes to, when you even look back at COVID times, where they were literally calling for the death of people, where they were like, they should be on the street, they shouldn't be allowed in the hospital. What? There's just so much hypocriticalness that comes from the government and the left that is just.
Well, you know what the Canadian Bar Association is actually saying? This is what they're actually saying. Will of the people be damned. Us, the professionals, us, your rulers, know so much more than you, peer, little commoner. How about you sit down and shut up and let the professionals, let us speak? No, if we, the people, demand that chomos get removed, then thy will be done.
I'm not even going to send you a private chat because you always literally rap me out in front of anybody all the time. Anyway, what is a chomo?
Child molester.
Oh. Sorry, YouTube. My bad. I'm just a retarded girl. What can I say, Auntie?
All right. So while debate about sentencing and justice policy is healthy, it must never cross over into calls for consequences beyond what the law provides. The law is just what people agree on. Okay, we know that, as Wob said, there is street justice. Is that not justice? Is that not the will of the crowd, the will of the people? If, hey, you're doing this thing and we don't like it, in fact, we find it so reprehensible that you are unfit to remain on this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Maybe I would trust a gang that is enacting this type of justice a lot more than I would trust my justice system. We've seen how our justice system plays this weird 3-tiered system. We've seen it. Oddly enough, gangs actually operate with respect as the main thing. So, Canadian Bar, sit on it and rotate. No thanks.
So, okay. So, I'm going to play this. And here you go.
And video. This is one of the worst things that anyone can do.
This is the worst.
Not only should go to prison for a long time, they should bury you under the prison. You shouldn't get protective custody. They should put you into general population, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Skinners, this is the worst. And this is why when we brought forward Bill 50, we have this ability to use a notwithstanding clause. So I call on people to support Bill 50, a reasonable way to operate under our current constitutional framework here in Canada, but in this case, to take action. So I know my friend Doug Ford has spoken out against this. I know Premier Smith, the federal leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, have all made comments on this. And I think I'm on the same page as they are. I think the average person out there hears an announcement like this and just kind of shakes their head. And this is why our Bill 50 was brought into place, so that, we can protect people's rights in Manitoba, but there's still the ability for a legislature or parliament to take action. When you hear something like this, it just doesn't make sense to the average person.
Now, I will say, This person who had commented here, good on Canoe. Finally, an NDP announcement I can support. I 100% agree with that. There's not too many things that come out of his mouth that I actually do agree with. And this one, good on you. I like it.
No, I agree with it. I was just looking at what Bill C-50 is, and this is AI, so take it as you will. Bill 50, formerly titled the Constitutional Questions Amendment Act, was introduced. Thank you, JT, very much appreciated. Was introduced by Premier Wab Kinew. The bill aims to establish a safeguard against the misuse of Section 33 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, commonly known as the Notwithstanding Clause. Under this proposed legislation, any provincial, that's not it, sucker,
I'll quit.
would be automatically referred to the Manitoba Court of Appeal within 90 days for an opinion on whether the law violates charter rights. While the court would not have the power to block the law, its opinion would be made public, allowing for greater transparency and accountability. Wait, am I a little retard? Do our justices not give public opinion?
I don't know.
Do they? Does
Actually?
Canada? I'm gonna look this up. I thought that they issued like public statements.
I don't know, actually.
That
would be weird if they didn't.
In terms of their ruling, I'm not seeing anything. Public rulings. Or maybe I'll propose that as a question. Does the Canada Supreme Court publicly issue?
Is there a Jamie out there? Help us out.
Yes, the Supreme Court of Canada publicly issues rulings. All judgments are published on the Canadian Supreme Court report in a side-by-side bilingual format, and reliable digital version are provided in HTML. In some cases, decisions are issued orally from the bench immediately after arguments, but these are less common. So then what's WOB's issue here? If they make their rulings public, then what's the issue? Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe it's
the sentencing in general. Maybe it's the sentencing in general that like maybe they're too lax, or.
But so with Bill C-50, the bill aims to establish a safeguard against the misuse of Section 33 of the Notwithstanding Clause. Under this proposed legislation, any provincial law invoking the Notwithstanding Clause would be automatically referred to the Court of Appeal. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to parse this out in real time. Okay, I think these are two separate arguments that are being made right now. I think that's where I'm getting confused. So I believe this was completely hypothetical scenario brought up to shoot this down. If two 17-year-olds consensually send each other images, how would it ever end up in the court anyway? I know that I remember hearing in that scenario, I think at the time they were saying that both of them would be charged, which I thought was a little ridiculous. But now I think we do have to set a line, like a hard line. Once you're an adult, once you're considered the age of majority, you are no longer you're no longer a minor.
No.
So I don't know. Is it like between 16 and 18? That's where that line starts to get a little blurry. Which would make sense. Like that would make sense to me as opposed to 17 and 17 or 16, 16. You know what I mean? Yeah, but is it a gradient? Is it like from 16, it becomes less important? I don't know. So just looking at these two separate instances. So our courts already issue public rulings. Okay, great. I was right, as always. Just kidding. But then I don't know. Someone that's smarter than me. Can you guys figure this crap out? Because I sure as hell can't. So the bill aims to safeguard or establish a safeguard against the misuse of the notwithstanding clause. Under this proposed legislation, any provincial law invoking the notwithstanding clause would automatically be referred to the Manitoba Court of Appeal within 90 days for an opinion on whether the law violates charter rights. Whether the law violates. So I'm trying to think of a scenario. I guess maybe like the okay. So I guess like in Alberta, how they had the teachers back to work legislation, whatever, to trigger the notwithstanding clause. I'm wondering if in that type of scenario that the ruling has been made. Now it's immediately to appeal to just reaffirm that rather than we have to wait for this ruling to come out and then maybe a decision. So it's like, okay, we've invoked it. You now have 90 days. So maybe it's like a time frame. Like we're setting a hard time frame. You have 90 days from when this was passed to now. It's either appeal will either uphold or whatever. So in my mind, it makes sense, which seems good. It seems like it's a beneficial decision. My issue is Wob is a Marxist. So
I know.
When does the other shoe drop? Is this in a safeguard in response to Alberta, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's going on, that this law was initially triggered because of what's happening in Alberta. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that's what I don't like because,
fair.
Liberals and NDP are conniving little backstabbers. In the nicest way possible, of course.
Yeah. I think that is the nicest way you could say it.
Like it's just the skeptical house, skeptical
Right.
hippo, skeptical everything comes out when these people do something with the intention of, yeah, that sounds good, and then you hear like a couple months later, it's that's actually why. Yes.
Yeah. No, which is fair because of who he is and his other beliefs that we have seen. So that's a fair assumption. Here's hoping this is it, and it is as face value.
Let's compare this. The Supreme Court of Canada has no impact, or the provinces have no impact on the Supreme Court of Canada. So why? Okay, I'm talking myself out of this. Why? Why would the provinces issuing you guys need to support this? Almost like he's trying to say that if you pass this will actually impact the Supreme Court of Canada. That's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm understanding what's going on. That's how it sounds. Like layman like me hearing this, that's what it sounds like he's trying to do. He's trying to say, if you support this bill, we can impact the Supreme Court of Canada with it. Or maybe not. Maybe he's not, and I'm just actually dumb, which,
I mean, it could go either way, to be completely fair. It's a fitty here.
A fitty. It's definitely a fitty. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll shove on from that, but
before we do, all
right,
if
you're taking over the next one. You're taking over the next one.
Okay,
So I'm gonna grab a drink.
Okay, if you are new here, don't forget to you can catch us out in all the places listed in the description box below. We are live every Monday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central and every 1 p.m. Central on Saturdays. And feed the plant. We really need it.
Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Okay. All right. So for this next one, I have to scroll a bit because he put me near the bottom. It's so rude. Okay. So this one has to do with an LA singer, which, to be fair, I've actually...
Now, wrong. And this is why we need to repeal the 19th, get rid of women's rights.
What are you talking about then? You literally just told me I was taking the next one, so I thought this is what it was.
No.
Then what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Oh.
No. No. You know what really grinds my gears?
You, Tyler. F you.
All right, so we have this is from Politico. Good old politically unbiased Politico.
I didn't put this on here. Why would you tell me to take it?
I know.
God.
See, it's okay. You know what? It's okay. You're a woman. I know. You guys don't understand anything.
Oh, no. I understand things that I put on the thing. But when you put things on the thing that I don't know about, how am I supposed to understand the thing? Get on my level. Get going.
Conservative MP joins Canada's Liberal government, moving Carney closer to a majority government. In Ottawa, a Conservative MP has crossed the floor to join Canada's Liberal Party, also known as the Cook, moving Mark Carney one step closer to securing a majority government. The move reflects a concerted push for the Liberals to ensure Carney's legislative agenda is safe until 2029. After serious consideration and thoughtful conversation with constituents and my family, I came to the clear conclusion there is a better path forward for our country, Nova Scotia MP Chris Doutremont said in his statement Tuesday. Premier Mark Carney is offering that path. Okay. Early in the day, Doutremont told Politico he was thinking about crossing the floor and that he would decide in the next few days. Well, kind of buried the lead. Shortly after the story was published, he resigned from the Conservative caucus and joined the Liberals. Turncoat, traitor, you traitor. After 5 years of serving in opposition, the people of Acadie, Annapolis, and all Canadians know that the moment we face today needs all of us to lead, not with compliance, but with confidence in a strong future. Oh, so the he's a liberal.
Oh,
why are you?
Hell no.
Why are you conservative then?
Right? Wow, how the tides shifted.
There was another one that I had seen. If I have it here. Yeah, this was from conservative Alberta MP Matt Jean says he will resign his seat in the House of Commons after days of intense speculation that he would cross the floor to the governing libtards as a party tried to stamp out flames of what had been a chaotic week. So he, I guess, has just like noped out. Basically, he's just, I've been in politics for too long. Bye. That's literally what he sounds like. He sounds like a dweeb.
It sounds like. Yeah.
I don't know if he actually sounds like a dweeb, but I
don't know. I like it. Let's go with it. Just like your freaking Kamala Harris Mexican. That was just weird.
It's Krista Freeland, you dick.
Oh, right. Krista Freeland's Mexican.
Mr. Speaker.
It's like, what?
Exactly. So this marks a bit of a issue. Or maybe, maybe it's just, the best kind of trash is the trash that takes itself out.
True story.
There's been a lot of calls from spineless individuals have been saying that Pierre is too far right. He needs to go back to the center. And dude, I'm more right than you and I'm left.
Right. I know, what is with all this right and left? I straddle that pole and I feel like I'm on the right, even though I am straddling that thing.
You sit right on it.
I sit right on it.
Do you ever think of it? Do you ever get the idea of like when someone says you're a fence sitter, that it's like, yeah, but if I was walking, like riding across it, like a slip and slide, how much it would hurt?
Oh, depending on the fence. Yeah.
Well, of course, but it's going to be rounded, or at very least rounded, if not like, spiky. And then you're going.
No, I'm gonna see. That's why I say the pole, because at least it's nice and smooth. So if I'm sliding up or down it, it doesn't hurt. It's just
I don't. That's
Stop.
always what I think of. It's just if I'm a fence sitter, like those boards are like scraping my taint.
It's a little painful. Sounds a little painful. I'm going with the poll. Yep.
But yeah, I think this is the trash kind of taking itself out, and maybe because the Conservatives have booted their communications director, the chick that cratered Pierre's whole campaign, and now these guys are just okay. Good, get out of here. You guys
Bye.
suck. But what I do not appreciate is that I can elect someone on a party and then they just flip sides.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's not cool.
If
That's a little suspicious.
if you resign, if you do anything, if you're suddenly I'm going to become independent, it should trigger a by-election.
Agreed. I
That-
completely agree.
Okay, the people voted for a certain thing, whether it was party, name, affiliation, whatever it is. No, now this goes to a by-election. You got 3 months. Start knocking doors, bitch. Like,
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to run for a certain side and you're going to be a political voice on said side, then stick to said side. Like the flip-floppiness, that doesn't give any sort of confidence whatsoever. I mean, if you're going to say vote for Pierre, and then all of a sudden he turns out to be JT.0 or 2.0, it's like, well, that's not what I voted for. I voted for Pierre, conservative 0.1, not
you,
JT. Yeah, sorry, no. Trudeau 2.0. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's cool at all. That should not be allowed.
No, I think you should have to now defend your seat.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
So
you took
and-
this bed, you lie in it.
yeah. you made these decisions. Like, you resigned. As far as I'm concerned, you left. It's not, hey, I somehow got into parliament and now I decide to like shift. I decide to, move somewhere else. Like, okay, well, now you have to defend it. So there's an argument for allowing them to go independent, though, as the party may become corrupted midway through.
Okay, yes and no. I mean, the thing is, I don't mean yes and no, but like, okay, with Maxime, he left the Conservative and created his own, the PPC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in something like that to me makes sense. Like, he's like, okay, you know what? This isn't working out for me. I'm going to do my own thing. Cool.
I'm leaving the party. Like, okay, I think just simply a by-election.
Created my own. Okay. But switching sides? I don't know.
Like Randy Hillier, I think he's one of the very few. Has he always been independent? Is anyone able to confirm that? But I think Randy has basically won as an independent, if I remember correctly.
I don't know enough about this stuff. I'm just a dumb girl.
See, Randy Alexander Hillier is a Canadian politician who served as a member of provincial parliament. Oh. Just don't do this to me, okay? Okay, you in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario from 2007 to 2022, he represented the riding of Lanark, as an independent MP from 2019 to 22. This riding contains much of the dissolved riding of blah. Oh, Hillier was initially elected as a PC, remaining a member until he was removed. So he was removed. Okay, I think that's different. Being removed and deciding to leave on your own accord, I think that's different.
I agree.
Just like Derek Sloan, when he was unceremoniously booted from the Ford party, like the Conservative Party in Ontario. I would take exception on, because you were removed rather than I'm deciding to remove myself.
Yeah.
So,
which I would agree on. Yes.
But so as the party may become corrupted midway through.
That's a hard one because the thing is, like, when you think about like JT with the Liberals, again, Trudeau, not the good JT here. I don't know. It's funny because I could understand though if there was a bunch of the people on the Liberal side that was like, I don't like what you're doing. I like what they're saying. I'm going over there. I don't know. I'm wish-washing here.
So I'm just reading the JT had just sent something. I'm just giving this a quick look.
Yeah, they can be bought. However, that should not be okay.
So I asked myself the exact same question. Did a case search on can ill for sexting? I believe is no. The longer answer is that there were vague similar cases, some highly publicized at the time, involving minor offenders as opposed to an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. The 2014 British Columbia case of a Victoria, BC teenage girl convicted of possession and distribution after forwarding nude pictures of her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend and then sharing. I think that's very different. So I'll just pull this up. This is what Alex Zoltan is talking about. So they're talking about the hypothetical situation and in reality where this has been applied. So what Alex is talking about, that this is so a teenage girl convicted of possession and distribution after forwarding nude pictures of her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend and then sharing them widely across. That's revenge porn.
That P 100%. That is not okay. That's a completely different story that's not two consenting minors. God, this sounds bad, but it's not two consenting minors sharing it with each other in a relationship. This is literally somebody else taking said photo and distributing it out there. And at that case, in this specific case, 100%, I think homegirl should be charged with CP. They're distributing CP 100%. Like, that's not cool.
I guess, is it more the intent? Like, is intent more important?
Well, I mean, what is the intent there? It's either to put out CP or it's revenge. Like, both of them are bad. I'm
asking, like, are laws supposed to be based on the intent of the person and with the assumption of goodwill? And if you can prove intent that this person knowingly and intentionally distributed the stuff in order to cause harm. Okay. I think so. I think that's a fair, different question. And I hate that I'm going to have to edit this. Like just this segment or these segments now blending together. But I know but I think that is an important question. What was the intent? Was it knowingly do it? Like in our scenario where a girl who said that they were one thing. Now I'm not saying this is from us. Like our son was dealing with this, where she claimed one thing, said I'm 18, I'm above age, and then comes out a couple months later, oh, those pictures I sent you, I'm underage, and you're gonna have it way worse than me. Like, clearly there's a deceptive intent, and like what's the resolution there?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think it definitely has to do with the intent, whether you're trying to deceive somebody, you're trying to specifically lie, or there's some sort of ill intent. 100%. I mean, if it's between two consenting minors, that's completely different than I'm going to send you this and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm angry because you don't want to be with me anymore. Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Like starts with a C. It's a bunty move. 100%.
It is pretty bunty for first base.
Right?
Yeah. So, okay. So I guess getting back to the Conservatives potentially falling apart, there were rumors of one more person potentially switching. But
I don't know. I'm very confused now because half of me is very much, if this is what you signed on for, this is what you should be sticking to. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if I was under Trudeau and he turned all Hitlery. I mean, I'd want to peace out too.
Well, yeah. And so, okay, that triggers a by-election because maybe the support
Yeah.
drops. He's like, yo, I like this guy. I liked what he was saying, but then he started talking about gassing Jews. Like, no. That's not the party I want to be a part
Hitler
of.
bad.
Yeah, like
Well, see, okay, yeah. So then that's what is that what a by-election is when people in the party, they're like, nay, our leader is not doing what I thought he was going to do. We need to have a re-election. Is that what a by-election is or no?
no, a by-election is just it's in between elections. By meaning like in between.
Okay, so then can a party overthrow their leader?
Could they overthrow?
Like if the party comes through and says like, hey, our Trudeau is now Hitler and we don't like it. We're no longer supporting what he's saying. We want him out. Can they overthrow the leader?
Yeah, that's what they were trying to do with Trudeau. So I think if there's enough voices coming forward that I don't know if it would trigger I don't know if it would be a vote of non-confidence or if it would be a leadership review. But that's basically what they did with Carney.
Okay.
Because they just called that, hey, JT, step down. We don't like you anymore. Get the hell out of here. And then Mark Carney just assumes leadership. There was no vote for that.
Right. Well, it was the same though, even with freaking Biden and Kamala. Like,
well, their
Biden was literally, but that's regardless. Regardless, we've done this before. I used to say irregardless, and you corrected me, and then I found out that I was right, and you were also right, and they were both right. So you know what? Anyway, but that's what they did with Biden, regardless whether it's in the United States or Canada. Is Biden was the one running, and then it was, oh well, he's not fit to run, so Kamala in. It's funny because that's not who the person I was voting for was. Now you're going to switch the person, which I wasn't voting for it anyway. Let's just be fair. I'm not American and I wouldn't have voted for that, but she is not who should be the first female president. No,
she's Indian black.
There was one girl, God, what was her name? She was on Crowder and he has like a weird crush on her.
Carrie Lake.
Thank you. I would vote for her to be female president, 100%. Not only is she beautiful, she is brilliant.
Yeah, yes. she's pretty on top of things.
Yeah, she really is.
What Parliament did a vote. The rest of Canada. Parliament did a vote. The rest of Canada didn't get a say. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my God, I hate you.
I hate you too. This is what happens when you have like two people who like to be in control, having control over buttons. We hit it at the same time and then we mess each other up.
Oh,
sorry.
Hell.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, like I was saying, so we do have on our YouTube page, we have the StreamYard link. If you wish to join the conversation, you're more than welcome to. If you got a problem, you wanna fight with our tongues, you're more than welcome to. So it is pinned to our YouTube thingy, YouTube chat, whatever it's called.
Okay, I just did it to the Rumble and I'll do it on the X as well.
Just
so it's there. I don't know how these things work. I'll figure it out.
I don't know either. The fact that any of this works is magic to me. So what this actually, I guess what this now means for the Conservatives and in fact the Liberals is if they can get an agreement even with the Green Party, they don't have to go with the NDP like they had to last time. They could just go to the Green Party and they have a majority. Now what does that mean? Like the Greens are those people are crazier than the NDP. I hope that this allows. I hope this actually allows Pierre to maybe actually get the chains off and actually speak?
Here's hoping. I don't know. I gotta say, like, I don't know. When he was before in the beginning, when it was him against Trudeau, I'll say that because I feel really bad saying JT when we got a cool JT in here, you know. But it when he was in, or when it was those two against each other, the stuff that was coming out of his mouth was fantastic. Then all of a sudden he was out, Carney was in, and then he became like little mousy. I don't know. He just stopped saying the things that were to be said. We have a guest.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. All right. Nokian, welcome.
Click the link. Welcome.
Click the link. All right. What do you want to complain about? What's on your mind, brother?
How about truckers parking their loads in North Saskatchewan River?
In the river?
Oh,
That's
you didn't see that one?
No, that's an odd spot to put a load.
In Alberta.
What?
Tyler, did you drop your load in the Saskatchewan River?
It was an oil tanker, and it's leaking.
Stop! Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell Saskatchewan. I just mash a bunch of like SATs until it just forces an auto.
And W's.
To
Don't
North
forget about W's.
Sask River.
Oh, here we go. Who is this? So RCMP underway. So I have the wrong one.
That's not it.
Right here. Cleanup underway. Driver rescued after tanker truck ends up in the North Saskatchewan River.
Oh no! Did he go off the bridge, or
No,
did he
he
just like slid it? What?
Before
Let me guess.
the bridge.
I bet you it was his first ever time driving on snow. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Not to say a tanker truck has leaked what believed to be bitumen into the North Sask River after it's lost control. You guys are getting hammered with snow over there. In a news release issued Thursday, RCMP said officers said Smoky Lake Detachment, blah, blah, blah. Driver lost control of the truck due to heavy snow and poor road conditions. Okay, so driver error. Good job. Good job, driver. Good job.
I bet you it was his first snow. Just throwing it out there.
Most likely.
Just being dumb. Just being dumb.
And they're taking their time getting the truck out of the water.
Oh, it'll be a big rescue effort. Like that thing is well over. So what? 55, 17, 23, 17. What does that break down to?
I don't know, numbers.
160,000.
Sure. You know, you can tell me the wrong answer or the right answer. I wouldn't know. It's math.
55 plus 17,000 plus, let's just say 20, let's say 23,000 plus 17,000. 62,500 times 2. What's pounds to kgs? 2.2. Nearly 140,000 pounds.
Jesus.
So getting that thing out of there is, it's a feat. It's not easy to do. You have to get a couple records and write that sucker up.
Yeah.
So,
they can start by pumping out the tanks, though.
is that that's not like no towns or anything take from that water, do they? That would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's,
like all
before Prince Albert, 6 towns.
No. Oh, okay, that's really bad. That's
Yeah.
Because if it was like, say, our Red River, no one takes water from the Red River. That stuff's like literally the epitome of, in The Simpsons, Springfield, three-eyed fish. That's our Red River.
No, what is it? So there's obviously all the towns along the 16, Battleford, and then all the little towns along the way. There's Saskatchewan, or is this Saskatchewan? Yeah, the Saskatchewan River goes right through Saskatoon.
That's the South Saskatchewan River that goes through Saskatoon and joins in with the North Saskatchewan River, continuing west.
There you go.
Oh, that's awkward on so many levels. That's okay. Wow. That's really bad because now towns are going to be without water because they can't use that.
Well, I don't know where they where they actually access that water, whether they actually use that stream or not, that I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's still a disaster.
That's bad.
No, typically around our first snowfalls, there's always some Yahoo that decides to put it into the rhubarb.
100%.
I know I got to deal with that, for the past 2 days of ice and snow, and my truck is now two-toned. But
Yeah, when you were pulling up yesterday when we met you, the dirt on the bottom part, we all were like, what's wrong with his truck? Because we thought it was all like damaged until you got closer. Oh, that's just dirt.
yeah, it's just dirty. That's it.
I haven't seen it like that in 4 months. So what can I say?
It's just dirty. That's all.
Old Canada. Yeah.
My truck is 3 colors: dirt, black, and rust.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
So what else do you got for us, Nokian? What else? What problems do you have? What problems do you need solved here?
We're counselors now. What do you got?
Well, you guys were already talking about that vote
We were.
and how the Conservatives made their own bad choices. If they don't want to vote Conservative, they should not be Conservatives anymore.
Agreed.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think if you guys decide to leave the party, you now need to defend your position in Mortal Kombat.
And they don't get a say.
Yeah. You guys did hear me say Mortal Kombat, right?
Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what you got to do.
3 people on a leaky boat are going to save the world.
Yeah, no,
Got
thank
this.
you. Oh, yeah. So what was GT? Conservative Party whip is controlled by the Red Tory faction, the Conservative Party Uniparty. They work lockstep with the Laurentians. It's the reform element that runs contrary. Pierre appears to run more on the reform side, but I believe his hands are fully tied. This is the problem with the Westminster system that relies too much on a spit and a handshake, assuming people will work for who they claim to work for. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think there's definitely an aspect that our system is based on honor, and I think honor has long left our parliament, and we very much got to see that with how Justin Trudeau, his ethics violation, and there was no charge with regards to that. It was just, yeah, ethics breach and carry on. Oh, another one and carry on. There was no reciprocity. There was no like, hey, knock it off, or you were personally are going to face penalties or even prison or removed from office because you're unethical. How about that for an actual like punishment? If you are found guilty of corruption, coercion, conflicts of interest, and you fail to recuse yourself, you are removed from office permanently because you violated the trust of the office. You disrespected our judicial system, our parliamentary system. That stuff, like, people, I don't think really grasp actually removing, like, when you no longer have trust in those systems fall apart. If we don't trust our institutions fall apart. And because we work on someone's goodwill, okay, to me that means nothing. It means nothing.
Well, I agree. And it's also going against the people who voted for them, who put their faith in them.
Yeah. I think if there was
Agreed.
actual accountability.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Nokian?
I agree. There should be accountability.
Prison.
Because our government is just full of corruption right now.
Oh, 100,000%.
Yeah, and I think that there needs to be that type of accountability. 100%. 100%. Because that's what people fear. That's what people fear. Oh shit, the camera's coming on now.
Oh, hope I didn't scare you.
Oh, I think that's what people need to do. They actually need to fear that there's going to be a problem, that they're actually going to face some type of consequence. Because if it's just, oh, you impugned my name, okay, what do I care? What do I care?
Right.
I still got
Who
what
are
I
you?
wanted. Like, we are applying an ethical standard to people that do not care about ethics.
Agreed.
So what does it matter? Like, some of us actually give a shit about our name, our heritage, our history, and we try to act in a moral and ethical manner. But these people go power. That's all they look at. Power. What is power?
Money.
Money.
Fame.
Yep.
Exactly. So I think those people actually need to be taken out, like removed from our parliamentary system.
Careful.
but
Removed from the system.
Yeah,
Yes. Not
removed from our
taken out
parliamentary
from
system.
the world.
You violated the honor and ethics that we operate under. And if you can't, you need to go.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Soon height.
What else you got, Nokian?
Why just me?
Yeah, it's just you. Just you and Puppy.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. That's great to see.
He ran away.
Oh,
Rude.
well then.
He came
Mine's lying next to
downstairs, visited me, and had a drink and went away.
Oh, you had a drink? What kind of drink? Was it a spicy drink? Just kidding.
No,
Some
it was
fire
just
water.
Oh, that's
Dude,
good.
some fire water.
Some
No,
fire
it was-
water.
Yeah, fire. It was vodka.
Oh, there you go. Bizniczny
Oh
voda.
no.
He drinks more than I do.
Don't they all? Okay. So do you want to shift gears into this LA singer?
Well, is there anything else, Nokian, or we're kick you out of here? Or I don't know if there's anyone
Oh.
else. I can't see if there's other people lined up. So
You can kick me out if there's someone else lined up, but it doesn't look like there's anybody else.
I can't see that.
We
Like, I
would-
don't know.
It would show
Oh, would it?
for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Mhm.
Well, then we will. You know, we can carry on. So I guess I'll bust into this little gaffer. So
Okay.
this
Now
is
I'll
this
bust
is-
into this little gaffer.
Yes.
Thanks. Ugh. But before we do,
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
just so you know. Okay. So there's an LA singer, which, to be fair, I've never heard of this person before, but I digress. There's an LA singer who says her gold membership was revoked after a heated confrontation with a man using the woman's locker room. A popular singer-songwriter claims that she was booted from Gold's Gym in Los Angeles after a heated caught on camera confrontation with a man she had filed complaints against for using the woman's locker room. So Tish Hyman, 42, who she's from the Bronx, who is the alleged singer, says that her membership chain revoked her on Sunday following whatever this was.
The fracas. They use the word fracas.
I've
Right,
never seen that word.
Your reading is god awful. Hyman
never
filmed a
seen that
brief
word.
one-sided shouting match with the unidentified gym goer who was dressed in all black and accessorized with a pair of dangling earrings. Dangling earrings now make you a woman, apparently. The person
I
repeatedly
think he had
asked an
lip gloss
irate
too.
man-
You know, that does it.
Tell me that's a woman.
That I don't know about you, but
That's a
that
guy.
looks like 100% woman. What are you talking about? It looks like his D is stuck right up in there, so definitely woman. Carry on.
Definitely. The person repeatedly asked an irate man who also stormed over who he was before Hyman interjected. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the woman's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that S. The person asked the gym staffers for some sort of video that was recorded, but they said it had been deleted. It's unclear what the video in question captured. Hyman then referenced past complaints she had filed against the other gym goer. We already filed reports. No, you can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right not to want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Yeah, that's why he's in there.
100%.
How much you want to bet this chick voted for a fucking Democrat?
I'm not going to lie. I actually believe she totally did. I could be wrong, obviously, but I have a feeling that you're completely accurate on that. So she had also yelled, "Look at him walking in there like it's okay." She was escorted to the front of the gym moments later, where she claimed that her membership was revoked. On her Instagram post, Hyman alleged that she and other women had filed multiple written reports on this man for coming into the women's locker room and harassing them. In a separate post on Instagram, she bashed the gym staffers and claimed that they ignored her safety even after she cried and screamed for help. They removed him, but then turned around and terminated my membership too, as if I was being punished for speaking up, wrote to her 218,000 followers. Way to flex. Anyway, I was literally scared. The women in the gym all agreed with me. Many were relieved, and some say that finally someone was speaking out loud and had stepped in to get him out. So, why did I pull that up again? I already have it up. So I'm going to show you the video that she had posted. I'm not going to lie. It made me giggle.
Is this from her Twitter account?
This is her Instagram.
Okay.
Hold on.
Add.
There we go.
I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a word through in here. Maybe I missed the sign. I say the word sir to say, "Sir, what are you doing in here?" He goes, "Don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here." Immediately, I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion, and they actually chime in and say, "Yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here." And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym, and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, "Oh, we can file a report about it, incident report." What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel?
See, it's not about this needs to stop. It will stop. Because you motherfuckers are going to start getting your asses beat.
My God. Okay, ladies. Jesus. So I'm actually looking at the Gateway Pundit. And
I liked what she had to say. God. Just cut her off.
So I'm, yeah, there's terrible potty mouths.
That's okay.
I'm trying to see her voting record or what she advocates
for.
Jeez. So I had the worst experience ever. Blah. Today I was in the, naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes with lip gloss. So actually, I have the video of the actual confrontation that took place here.
Oh, good. Hopefully, it shows the one of her in the gym too when she starts yelling.
How do I remove this?
I'll do it. Just relax.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Volume. Oh my. There's no volume.
I don't know why there's not. Yeah, no, I hear nothing.
Oh my God. Yeah, that 100% woman. I don't know what you're talking about.
So she said this person told me he was a woman and demanded I leave the woman's locker room. He said, "Straight women like dick, and they're probably looking at me more than you."
That is exactly your intention, psycho.
They should have a change room for those special people.
100%. Anyone who identifies as a toaster should.
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
Asking me a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I
No.
want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
Wow.
Did he just walk back?
Yeah, he walked back in.
Man in the restroom when I'm naked.
He did. Yeah, he
Yeah.
walked back to the woman's. You know what? I'm sorry, ladies. I love women. I love my women. You guys voted for this. Why should I give a shit? Honestly, why should I care?
Well, no, it's women who should be starting to stand up, because there's too many women who are bending over and be like, oh, I have to protect his feelings because, you know, he's special or he identifies as a female or whatever it may be. Sorry, honey, put in the freaking effort. At least look like a girl. You don't look like a girl, for one. And two, there should be separate change rooms. If this is how we're going to play, if this is the game we're going to play, there should be a men's room, a ladies' room, and a trans room. Go. Carry on in your own little room. Do your thing.
Exactly.
Like, stay out of the other rooms. Like that's just it.
So Hyman, who identifies as a lesbian and outspoken advocate for women's spaces, detailed the horrifying encounter. I'm trying to see.
There was a video where she was actually yelling in the gym because this is when they removed her to the front. And she was yelling to everybody, they revoked my membership. And for one, she had made a statement in there that she did not consent to have him in there. And that is a very key thing there. That is, she did not consent. There was no consent there. Like, not okay. Two, there were so many people that were around, whether videotaping, watching.
There you go.
Her yell.
There you go. There you go. No, there you go.
Let me
Tish
finish.
Hyman.
Stop. Let me finish. Nobody else around said anything. She's literally yelling, this is not okay. And nobody else was standing up and saying anything, which is ridiculous. How do you expect things to change or there to be any sort of difference when there's only one person daring enough to speak up and everybody else just stays silent? And clearly,
I don't give a shit.
Clearly by your here we go, she voted for it.
Tish Hyman, a Los Angeles-based singer, has stated that she voted for Vice President Kamala Harris in the last election. She described as a lesson in itself due to her current experience with gender ideology policies at the gym. There you go.
Well, okay, but I will say half glass full, she realized what she did was a mistake. Like,
she emphasized that she's not aligning herself with any political party, stating, I'm neither Republican or Democrat. I'm just a woman who's standing up for women's rights. There you go.
Girl.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Shared a video that she voted for Kamala Harris, but reflected that the choice might have been a lesson in itself because she feels the policies she didn't pay attention to in her 20s and 30s are now affecting her. Hey, yeah, action meet consequences.
Right.
Action meet consequences. All these people are getting a big dose of reality where, oh, I voted to be progressive, and then when finally the policies you voted for, you go, well, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And I'm supposed to, if I'm the one that's saying, or you know, the deluge of voices that are saying, hey, no, we shouldn't be doing this. This is a big problem. We should stop. We should stop the psychosis. Stop doing this. And she goes, fuck you, cracker. I know better. I'm an independent woman. I don't need you. Who you can tell me? I'm a fucking black woman. I don't need shit. And then
I think that's the thing. Like, even having a conversation with family just recently too, they're saying one thing, and it's, you know, when it came to, say, the whole immigration issue and the whole ICE and booting people out in the United States, you know, there's a big issue with that. And I'm like, tell me one thing. If all of a sudden you woke up one morning and there was somebody in your house, what would you do? They're like, I live here now. Well, I tell them to leave. But what if they said that they would cook and clean for you? They can GTFO. It's literally as simple as that. You need to put the foot on the shoe on the other foot and actually think for yourself. Like, okay, yes, we're talking about a country, but look at it as simple as if someone were to come into my house, because guess what? Your country is your very large house. So it's literally putting the shoe on the other foot. So, okay, you're voting for these things, but if this was your bathroom and you were buck ass naked, how comfortable would you feel? Like, instead of spouting all these things and trying to pander to everybody else, let's just be real for a second. Can we? You are muted, you
Right.
dumbass.
I hate me. I hate me. There was a video, I can't remember who had posted it, but they were approaching people that voted for Zorhan Mamdani, the jihadist out of New York.
I can't believe he won.
And
but I can't.
They were reading his policies, and they're going, "That sounds crazy. I don't like that. I don't like that." It's like, that's who you voted for.
But that's the thing. So many people just do shit either from a what do you call it, a headline, or because somebody else is like, oh, this person's great. Look at him. He's different. He's going to do different things. We should vote for him because different, and we don't want to be racist. Okay, instead of actually looking into things. People are sheep.
Yeah.
What do you got to say, Nukian? Huh? What you got to say?
You just got to defend yourself. To hell with being racist.
I think a lot of people are done with it. I think a lot of people, the whole thing of like black fatigue, people are just insert adjective fatigue. We're done. We're done playing this game.
I could step out the door and someone could say, hey, you're being racist just by stepping out your door.
Yeah. And I think people are just, no, we're done. We're done with it. So, yeah. All right, Nokian, I'm going to kick you out of here.
Good.
We'll get back to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah.
Thank you for clicking on the button and coming to talk with us.
Yeah, really appreciate it. And,
appreciate you.
This is the first Saturday I made it in.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it big time, brother. So we will catch you later for sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. See you later.
Where is it? To everybody else, the link has been posted. If you want to come in and say what you want to say, tell us what you think. Click it.
Yeah, so to see this type of stuff that, okay, hey, guys have been saying, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. Hey, we shouldn't be doing this. This is Schrodinger's feminism. This is 100% what it is. Women are strong, don't need no man, and men won't tell me, blah, blah, blah. I'm a badass bitch. But also, men are predators and men are bad people. And it's like, guys have been saying, hey, we shouldn't do this because it puts women in a vulnerable spot.
Yeah.
And how many instances of this stuff needs to happen where we're going, look, I told you, you shouldn't do that, but you're a badass boss bitch that don't need no man. Okay. Yeah. And then when it happens, they go, well, where's my white knight to save me? You asked for this.
That's just what, I don't know. I think people just go overboard. Like it's one thing to say that for a woman to be like, I want to have my own job. I want to be able to be independent. But to then sit there and figuratively stab a man in the back and all of a sudden start talking shit about him, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you want to be independent. You want to be on your own. You want to be, self-fulfilling. Okay, cool. You do you, boo. But why all of a sudden be like, I don't need no man, da-da-da-da-da. But then when someone's breaking into your home, who you run into? Are you the one running up to the door being like, I got this, ka-chunk? No. You're calling for your husband, or you're calling 911 or whatever. You're waiting for a man to come and save you. And that's just the reality of the situation. And that is just how it is. Women can be strong and independent, but they will never be a man, just like men will never be a freaking woman. It won't happen. It won't. It doesn't matter how many freaking estrogen you take. You will never have the empathy or the compassion as a woman. You won't. Sorry. There's a yin and yang balance in this universe for a reason. Men and women are very different, and that's how they're supposed to be. And that's not a bad thing. Each of them are great in their own ways. That's why they're good together. Just saying. Drop the mic.
I wish I could find. I wish I could find exactly where this video was. I just remember seeing that the people were, he was saying that we're gonna tax white people more
Oh my God. For what?
for being white.
Okay. So
And I
that
don't-
we're going against people who can't control what happens to them when they're born. They're just born with less melanin or more melanin. What about the black person who comes out albino? Are they going to get taxed more? They're white. They're actually whiter than white. They're translucent. They should get taxed
Yeah.
the most.
They should. They are the most pure.
Right?
They're the most pure. Well, and I find it weird. So that like people who claim to be atheist, secular, seem to really, really love Islam, which is an offshoot of Christianity. It's like these people don't seem to understand.
Like who? Who are we talking about? Because clearly you don't, and you're atheist AF.
I guess I'm the black sheep of atheistic
Thank
worldview.
God. That's why we get along. We're the black sheeps.
But like the same people who say we don't like Christianity, we don't like this, we don't like that of Christians. It's like, but you guys claim to be seculars, you claim to be atheistic, but you guys sit and cheer for Islam.
I don't get.
But it's so Islam is an offshoot of Christianity. Muhammad claims to be the 13th prophet 600 years after the Bible was written, or the events that proclaimed Jesus existed 600 years after.
Interesting.
So Muhammad himself sees himself as part of Christianity. So why do they hate Christianity but love Islam? Because Islam claims to be in coordinates with Christianity, even though they're not. That's a whole discussion in itself. But
this hurts my brain.
It does, because but as someone who is non-religious, I hear any of them and I'm going, yeah, I don't agree with that. I can agree with the teachings, and I think that's where the difference, the rubber meets the road, is I can look at the teachings and the outcomes as important, but I don't have to look at out in a different total dimension. I can make the distinction, and I could separate the wheat from the chaff. I could separate the good ideas and then the stuff that makes absolutely, I shouldn't say no sense, but I just can't rationalize it. So to hear people that say that I'm not a Republican, I don't like Christianity, I don't like these types of things, but I love Islam. Look, the Islamist won.
No, I think it's just those stupid special people that are now trying to I want to be special. I want to be part of the group that likes Islam. I don't know.
In fact, Islam is probably more strict in terms of their views that, hey, God demanded you to do this, but you Christians aren't doing it. That's why we're right. Our extremism makes us more right.
Funny thing is, I was watching Crowder the other day, and he had actually made a statement, and I swear to God, okay, he doesn't watch us. We're too small. But there are times where I'm like, are you watching us? Because we seem to be on the same wavelength here and saying the same shit sometimes. But anyway, but he was talking about how he knows a lot of atheist people who can respect and understand the fact of that we grew up in a Judeo-Christian society and the importance that it plays in it. And I was thinking, how many times have we said that with you yourself? You identify as an atheist.
I'm a cultural Christian.
Yeah. And it's the same thing, regardless whether what I believe or don't believe, it's the same thing. I still think this is a beneficial society that people grew up in, and the way that we grew up is a good thing. But it's I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, no, it's and I've said hundreds of times, the left completely cut out the things that held our culture together, a shared belief, a shared morality, a shared ethic. Rip that out, rip those pillars out of our society, and then went, yeah, we're gonna build our own thing, but it's completely like removed from any civilizations that actually held anything. It's
Yeah.
just completely removed and said we can't have anything even close to whatever Christianity is. So it has to be the inverse. So if Christianity can create great nations, then by default, the secular humanist by default has to create a shit nation. I can look at what these cultures have produced and go, I like that. I think that's good. I think that's beneficial. I would like to keep that foundation.
Well, see, because you're looking at it in a different way. You're looking at it in a way of these things I can see are beneficial because of these are the logic behind it, as opposed to this is what my God is telling me to do. I have to blindly follow or do or whatever. Like, you're actually looking at it in a logical way. And whether it's a religious undertaking or not, you can understand the value of it.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
A little bit.
But these people have gone completely off the deep end, where it's it's like trying to create a, like, if you have a society, you have your like your engineers are trying to draw something. You have experts in their field that are working together to try and form something, try and make something that's, a building or something that will stand. These experts, absolute experts in their field. And it's like what the left has done is gone, yeah, well, we don't need engineers. We don't need architects. We don't need any math. Math is racist. We don't like math anyways. Measuring is a white man's game, and we ain't white.
Right.
So they go, well, we're just going to throw out everything, logic, reason, history, profession, anything, any type of merit. And we're going to go, who's the least competent person? Let's put them at the top.
Pretty much. Just who's the one that's pandering the most. They don't even look at what it is that they're actually about. It's just, they're pandering to the thing that is the thing today.
It's always.
Yeah, I agree. You need a good foundation.
And this is where I kind of fall in agreement with the Christian base is that is our foundation. Christianity is our foundation. So
whether you believe in the God or not.
Well, exactly. I don't have to believe in God, but the reason it's important to me is because they do. So I have to look at, even though I don't have necessarily an interest in Christianity or Judaism or
religion
or Islam. Yeah. Even though I don't have an interest, they do. They believe that thing. So obviously I should be aware of what their view is.
Yeah.
Because if that is our foundation, everything comes from there.
And I agree with that. I mean, I do not consider myself a religious person in the slightest. I think religion is corrupt. And when you think of religion as what it is, it's not a great thing. But the beliefs that people have, whatever I'm trying to say here, like the main beliefs people have is not a bad thing. Like the beliefs are good. The beliefs are with good intention.
That's subjective.
I suppose so. But religion in itself, I don't believe in.
Do you genuinely think Hitler thought what he was doing was bad?
No. I
Exactly.
think I literally, weirdly enough, just had this conversation with our middle child the other day because he was talking about wanting to get Mein Kampf, right? And I was like, why? And of course, I'm joking. I'm white supremacist or some shit, right? And but he's like, I just think it would be interesting. He's like, I would like to see both sides of the story. He's like, I would like to read that to see what it was in his head that he was thinking to do said things, because we know this side. And it's very much like you and very much like me, who like to see both sides of the situation. So I'm like, okay, I can understand that. But we were talking about it, and in that scenario, exactly that, I had said exactly to him that I believe that Hitler bad, is what he thought he was doing the right thing. I believe whether it's Kim Jong-un, whether it's Hitler, whether it's Putin, all bad. I think that in their head, they think they are the good guys and what they are doing is the right thing.
Yeah.
Whether we believe it or not, I think either both sides think they are the good guys and they're fighting against the evil.
Yeah. So that's why, like, good is a subjective term. This is why nothing in any of, like, you know, none of my documentation will say the word good.
Yeah.
Because I understand, like, in kind of regular parlance what good might be, but as an actual descriptor, it's terrible word for a descriptor.
Well, and there's nobody that's going to be sitting there on the other side going, oh, I'm going to do this because it's evil. I am evil.
No,
you know,
I
like,
think there are some people that genuinely like, they
Maybe.
understand what they're doing, but they I'm gonna do it what I know is a bad thing, but the ends justify the means. I will be evil now because I will be good later.
Yes, okay, but that's the main point. Is in the end, they think they're good.
Yeah,
They think what
they're
they're doing
is for a good
is
reason.
it's like you sacrifice the one to save the many. It's the same concept.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a lot of how they view it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, here, I have this pulled up here, so I'll play this. How do I do? So
Do
I
it.
remember like a couple months
Oh,
ago,
hello. Is this Jesus? Sup, Jesus?
it's gay Jesus. I am gay Jesus. No, this individual was debating Patrick Bet-David. This was a couple months ago, and look at how this person, so especially in light with the United States dealing with the no snap thing and people stealing and all that crap.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
Listen to the contrast that goes between these two people. So for a little bit of context, PBD says, like, you know, I started my career, I worked at like Haagen-Dazs and like Burger King. That's where I got my start.
Is PBD Jesus here?
No.
Okay.
No. This is a socialist.
Okay.
But just listen to this.
Freeloading socialist gave his sob story about not being able to find a job.
You turned up.
PBD offered him one, only for him to respond with one ridiculous excuse.
Sorry, I'll
When
start
this
it.
freeloading socialist gave his sob story about not being able to find a job, PBD offered him one, only for him to respond with one ridiculous excuse.
So what do we do to basically ensure that people like myself, who are currently, thank you to the United States, thank you to the state of California for giving me medical insurance to get blood work, for giving me food stamps so I can have food. I've applied to, I don't know how many hundreds of jobs. I can show you the receipts. I can show you the email confirmations. Like, I am trying my best to use my values with the freedom that we have.
So if
here.
I give you a job, you would work 40 hours a week?
If the job is in alignment with something that's noble and good, I think I could. The issue is, right now, substitute teaching is making it so that I'm able to scratch by. I'm in a position where I have options. I'm trying
I think
to
you're too
discriminate.
selective for jobs right now. You don't have the ability to be selective at this stage.
When this
Nailed it.
Hear the difference?
Yeah, like literally.
out-
Okay.
Thank the US. Thank the US government. Who? You're literally sitting across the table from the guy that pays for your subsidized life because you choose not to. The guy's in front of you saying, I'll give you a job right now. Well, I have to look. And when I watched this this debate, I don't even know if you want to call it a debate. I actually hate the Jubilee platform or their style of this debate.
I don't know what it is, but carry on.
It's terrible. I hate it. A lot of people will use, well, anyways, whatever. I won't get into it. But all of it was all these socialists complaining capitalism bad, capitalism's evil, everything just sucks. And the guy did this a couple of times. There was a girl, she's like, I wrote a book. He's like, hey, that's cool. I have this information. He's like, here, I could help you with that, considering, I'm wealthy and you're not. Like, he didn't say that, but I'm saying that. He's like, I'll help you. And she says, no, I'm not interested. He's like, okay, then see you later. There was another one came on. I basically live in a town that's dying off and there's these issues. And he said, my friends and family have died. And Patrick says, like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And the guy goes, that's just what happens when you're poor.
No, that's just what happens to everybody. Everybody dies. It's not just the poor people. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
But
for one,
it was the same thing. Same thing. He's like, I've tried to apply places and da. And Patrick's like, and says, what if I helped you? You gave you a job and we started doing this. He says, well, I'd have to look into your company and what you guys actually do.
Oh, this is the same guy? I remember us talking about that specific thing before.
Yeah. So instead of, like, if I was across from Patrick Bet David, I would be and I was in that situation. What would I be doing? Like, and not as yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? What are we gonna do? Oh, we could document the thing, and hey, man, that sounds awesome.
You're not wrong at the slightest. The schools
so
have been doing this for years, teaching youth to turn their noses up to hard work. This is because those that can't do teach. I 100% agree with that. And the thing is that's what the annoying thing is that you hear these people, they're like, I can show you the emails, I can show you these things. And at the first instant, my heart starts breaking for the person, thinking, why can't you get a job? Like, that's really sucks. You've applied for all these places and you can't seem to get a job. I feel really bad for you. Then homeboy sits there and says, well, what if I say you can work for me 40 hours a week? Well, I'd have to look into it. Instantly, I'm pretty sure if you were to rewind this, you saw my face change. Like, bitch, really?
But
this is where we're gonna go.
But you see the level of disconnect where the guy says, thanks to the United States that I'm allowed to have all these social programs, so I actually don't feel a need. I'll say this. So I recently ran into an issue where, I own 2 semis, and the expectation was to have both running. I have an older one and a newer one. The fire that gets put under your ass when I now have to make a decision, it's either sink or swim. That puts such a fire, because it goes, okay, if this doesn't work, now I have to start looking at contingencies and what is viable, what makes sense, what do I need to do? The fire that goes under your ass when this is the decision that has to be made, or I have to look at these options. I can't rest on my laurels on it. I have to do something. And this person, given the because that they feel that, I choose not to work, not I can't work, I choose not to. This whole episode with PBD on it is a socialist victimhood cry session for an hour and a half. That's all it was.
Oh my God. I can't even, like, we know someone specifically who is been there, done that. Right? Me too. I've had so many jobs that I've absolutely hated that I literally could imagine every day on my way to work. I'm like, that bus looks really tempting. And I don't mean to ride it. I mean to step in front of it. Like, it's just, I get it. There are jobs out there that forking suck that you don't want. But you know what? It comes a time
they're
where
a
you got
job.
bills to pay. You have a family to look after. Like, these aren't choices you can be that picky with. You need the flipping paycheck. And we've known people specifically who are able-bodied and young that choose not to look for work because, oh, I want to do this, but I'm going to have to wait till spring in order to apply for construction or whatever it is. So I'm going to go on aid until then. It's like, are you joking me right now? Go work at the freaking gas station. Like,
well,
it
something,
just,
and that's because with the expectation that other people will carry me, other people will do it. I'm not responsible.
yeah.
And it's very much these same people that become dregs on society, but yet they, they complain about these millionaires and billionaires like Bernie Sanders until he himself became a millionaire. Then suddenly it's the billionaires. It's the billionaires.
All I gotta say to those people is, bitch, at least they're out there working for it. They're busting their ass to make the money. Yeah, it sucks that there are billionaires out there and we're living paycheck to paycheck here. Yeah, it sucks. But you know what? You don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. You don't know how many D's they're essing to get up there. They're putting in the work.
How many D's they're essing?
Yeah. I gotta censor myself because we're live on YouTube.
Why do you have to S the D? Can't you D the S?
You can do that too. You can S the G, D the S, the S the effing P's. I don't know. Whatever.
And these are the same type of people who hold these that make that talk about, like, I'm seeing people online. I'm seeing people like Not So Erudite, this bimbo, who claims to be some like I'm a centrist, left-leaning liberal, but every opportunity shits on anyone even remotely on the right. When we seen after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and what came out from the left, the right needs to tone down their rhetoric. The right needs to tone down their rhetoric. And what pisses me off with me trying to make this point right now is the video is not playing. So I have to read what this individual is saying.
What is the video? Send it in private channel. See if I can play it. What's really pissing me off is this video won't play.
It's really grinding my gears.
Dang it. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I got the special touch, which we're on the same internet, so probably not. But you never know.
My stuff's just spinning, but anyways, is it actually? No, it's just spinning. Well, whatever. So I have this pulled up here. So this was actually posted from Wall Street Apes. So Liberal says he's going to be offing conservatives who interact with him in public. My name is Scarlett Kelly. Oh, gee, I wonder what spectrum they're on.
This doesn't look like a Scarlet. Sorry.
Anyway. I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come from you. This is the same people that say that we need to tone down the rhetoric, but the same side is pulling this type of crap. There was a video of, I can't remember the lady's name. I know Tim Pool had shared it, where she said, Democrats better get behind this or we'll do the same thing to you. I know Colin Rugg had posted it. So he continues with what suffering could possibly come to you if you are a Republican and try to start any kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life. This is war. I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. We're going to start giving you the cold. In the form of massive stones to a slab of wood on top of you. This is the rhetoric that is coming from the left. I had posted a couple days ago. I said, when will conservatives understand that the liberals are at war? They are fundamentally at war against Canada. This is from the same side that says we need to tone down the rhetoric. I'll see if I could find it. It was, like I said, it was from Colin Rugg. How would I even find this?
This is gross. I'm sorry, but like the left that's supposed to be all inclusive and accepting and stuff like that, literally the first thing they do is always spout violence. That I wish that they would no longer be here. I wish they would end themselves. I want to end their lives, this and that. Like there's literally no acceptance or understanding in the slightest. Like the thing is, for me, when I hear somebody that opposes my view, I'm like, please school me, explain to me why it is that you feel this way. Let's have a conversation. And regardless whether we leave the conversation and I agree with you or not, I'm going to listen to your ideas and your thoughts with an open mind. Let's have a conversation. Let me try to understand where it is you're coming from. But if you're just going to be like, I want you to end yourself, I want you to no longer be here, because of this, because of that, like, there is no conversation there. You're literally wishing violence on somebody. How is that okay? And this is the side that's supposed to be the most accepting.
Check. Don't be in my account next month.
What?
You gonna need more than Homeland Security.
Mad
in fact,
cow?
going on 5 now, you don't need Homeland Security. You gonna need Jesus. It's 5 things you're gonna need.
Y'all need Jesus.
Jesus. And all the angels. Let my check be a day late or $1 short. I don't want to hear it. You better hire everybody back you fired, get them people back to working to get my check in my account next month. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to
You
hear
want
that.
them to go back to work? Why don't you go back to work?
They better get it. And it better not be late. Because if you think they scaled the walls of Washington on January 6th, you're going to see me scaling the walls.
Lady, the only thing you're scaling is a fucking Golden Corral window so that you could stuff your face in there. You ain't doing shit.
Or a scale. Just scaling.
I
the
wish I could
scale
find
that's gonna
that
break.
video. But yeah, so this is the
I
rhetoric
mean,
that we're seeing.
Like literally, y'all better get back to work and give me my check. How about you get your ass back to work? How about that? Get your ass to work and get yourself a check. Miss Independent.
Yeah.
Oh my hopes. Hold on. I'm angry.
I'm seeing if I could find it. No.
That's right, guys. I turn into an angry black lady when I'm mad.
The man who entered the woman's locker room at Gold Gym is speaking out, says being trans is normal because there are 10 species of animals that do it. This is an appeal to nature. This is a logical fallacy.
On.
A logical
10
fallacy,
species of
my
nature that-
little...
No. Snails are asexual. They can be either or. That's completely different. And 2, just because a male dog humps another male dog does not mean anything.
Like, are you comparing that we're just as dumb and just as terrible as other animals? Like, sure, I guess. I don't know if was this? No, that's Jennifer Lawrence. No longer speak out against President Trump because she realizes that celebrities have zero influence. Good. You should shut up. You should just sit there, twiddle your
Agreed.
thumbs. Yeah. No,
I was trying to look for that video on YouTube, but nothing's coming up with freaking this thing's name.
What thing's named?
The video that you were showing. I was trying to look it up on YouTube to see if they had something that I could pull, but apparently not.
Really suck because it's really messed up to hear this woman. Is this it? Nope.
Let's try this. Jamie, we need a Jamie.
I know. I should have saved it. Like I should save so much.
You should just download it.
Is this it? Wait. No, this is it. Jennifer Welch.
Joe Rogan, can we have your Jamie, please? That would be delightful.
No, that was the chick. Jennifer Welch, you're insufferable twat.
Play.
Okay. No, Jennifer Welch. I'll find it. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no, not Riley Gaines. Oh no, this chick is psychotic. Well, okay, well, whatever. I found this from Timcast, but God damn it.
I found it. I just had to go to a different thing. Ha! We're talking about this person, right? I don't know. This video you were trying to play. My OCD wouldn't let me stop.
Hello, my name is Scarlett Kelly, and I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come to you. If you are a Republican and try to start any of that kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life. This is war.
Wow.
I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. You're off the list. You've been naughty. Like, come on. We're going to start giving you the coal in the form of massive stones on top of a slab of wood on top of you. Have a wonderful day.
Oh my God. Okay, so hold on. You are not American anymore if you're a Republican. But if you are an illegal immigrant, you are American? God, you people are so confusing. My brain hurts. Oh my God, you're muted. What is wrong with you?
I have the clip here. It is from Tim Pool. So yeah, he's got a man bun. So say what you will. But
this bee. Oh my
Look
God.
at this clip of a wine mom at the No Kings March. Play the clip.
His name was
Charlie Kirk, ma'am?
Yeah, him's horrible. Horrible.
Charlie Kirk is horrible?
Yes, I'm glad he's not here.
You're glad he's dead?
Yes.
Why would you say something like that, ma'am?
Because he was horrible on the campuses, the college campuses.
He was mad. The place where the school, the thing where the kids
bad.
The camp. These people are paid, just so you're aware. These people are paid to be here. These aren't genuine people actually protesting something. They're paid to be there. I like this inception that we have going. It's like her reacting to this, reacting to Tim. Now we just gotta
horrible person.
You know what? I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about
I
it.
would have
You
the
should be
same
ashamed of
thing.
yourself. Be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
I think we need to. She laughs.
It's funny, isn't it?
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after MAGA.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna. What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay, so let's break this down. She showed a clip of someone saying, "I'm glad Charlie Kirk is dead and maybe you should be murdered too." She then said, "You better get on board with that or we will come after you the same way we came after MAGA." Well, they came after MAGA with a gun and put a bullet through Charlie Kirk's neck. So it sounds to me like she is making a veiled insinuation that they will kill Democrats unless Democrats get on board with them killing conservatives. Certainly that is the most extreme interpretation, but I'm done playing games. You could argue two things.
I agree.
If we want to give her the lightest interpretation, she said, "We hope that conservatives are murdered, and you better also hope they get murdered too. Otherwise, we will hope you get murdered."
Yeah, I agree.
100% agree.
That's exactly how I interpret that too.
This is the same people that are saying we need to turn down the rhetoric, stop the rhetoric. We need to stop talking like this. But immediately, this is the line that these people take.
What is that girl's name?
Jennifer Welch.
That woman is a monster. I can't remember the thing I was watching the other day that had her speaking and literally jaw to the ground. I could not believe the things that are coming out of this woman's mouth. Like
I
she
found it
she
here.
looks like a freaking like. Is she trans? Because she looks like a dude. Just saying.
Yeah, well, and we've seen Caitlyn Bennett, like, the girl that's talking to those old wing bats. The same. She just goes out and just asks questions. You see how these people act. They're the most hateful, disgusting human beings
Right?
I've ever met I've had the displeasure of seeing.
Yeah.
This is where the left has now gone.
Which is
I demand you give. If not, I'm going to attack you.
I'll take. You give or I'll take. And that's the thing that I think angers me the most is every time I hear people spouting shit on the woke side that are like, oh, inclusive, accepting, blah, blah, blah. Those are literally trigger words for me now because they are literally the opposite. There's nothing inclusive, accepting about these people. They are the most hateful, violent, vile people I have ever met. And the sad thing is that technically, on a political IQ spectrum, I align more with the left. I don't want to have anything to do with the left. I would rather somebody say that I'm on the right. Even though I straddle that pole. I straddle that pole, baby. But you know what? I would feel it less insulting for someone to be like, you sound like a conservative than someone saying you sound like a liberal to me.
Yeah.
Even though I might have the same minds, like not the same, but certain mindsets that would align with the liberal side, they've lost their bloody minds. I don't want to have anything to do with them.
No, and I think a lot of people, especially in response when Charlie Kirk was killed, we seen the cheers, and a lot of people turned away. So these people now, the mask has come off. They cannot stop. They can't put that genie back in the bottle. This is their shot. And if this is how they're willing to act, conservatives, you guys need to wake the fuck up and understand that, as I said earlier, the left is at war with you.
Yeah, legit. Like if you hadn't noticed from the bullet through Trump's ear or the ending of poor Charlie Kirk, come on, how much more of a wake up do you need here?
Or people like Daniel Penny, or we let's bring it to Canada, where we talked about that father that was gunned down in front of his children, complying.
Right.
That's who the liberals are willing to defend, not the father. Not the father. They couldn't defend him. This is why you guys should be pissed off with seeing this type of stuff.
Which is just insane because literally it's like, well, if you'd comply, leave your keys at the front of the door. So then people, if they break in, they got your keys. Comply with what they're saying. Don't fight back. So then you comply and they're like, well, sucks to suck, don't it?
Yeah. Well, you also need to consider that this person's historical and racial injustice that took place 150 years ago, they
Right.
just don't know right from wrong. So you know what? They just want your stuff. Your stuff looks better in their house than in your house. So if you gotta die for it,
just give them their stuff. Just walk out of the house.
Where are these spineless conservatives that actually would show a fucking backbone for a second? This is why I said
Very nice.
maybe with Pierre getting rid of these people leaving, maybe someone will actually start speaking up. Maybe he'll actually grow a spine. I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe
Here's
maybe something
hoping.
will actually happen.
I'm hoping that after the whole election and how he literally bent over after people were like, oh, you're so much like Trump. And he's like, oh no, I think I am. Okay, I'm going to turn into a little soft kitten. Hopefully he's realized the errors in his way and will turn into being the hard ass that Canada needs.
Or the right needs, instead of trying to placate that hates you, to a party that hates you, to a liberal base that will never accept you. You know what? Just I don't know. I don't know if conservatives just like losing. I don't know if their conservative base just like being the they are. I don't know. Yes, the JT says so. Their belief system is predicated on lies. They need control of the media censorship, or they implode. Yeah, their whole thing. Vosh said it best. He's like, "I'm not a loser. I'm not a socialist to lose. I'm here to win. So I don't care. I don't care if I have to lie, cheat. I'll do whatever I have to in order to win because I'm not here to lose." That's their game plan. That's how they operate.
Did you say? I don't. You said Vosh, and my brain went to Tosh 2.0.
Vosh.
Totally
V.
different. V for Victor. Okay. Who's Vosh?
He is a socialist. He says,
Okay.
I'm here fighting for socialism. I will lie in order to gain power. The ends justify the means. I will lie, cheat, do whatever I have to. And conservatives, again, grow a fucking spine. Grow a spine.
I agree. I agree.
Because
There
clearly-
needs to be people on the other side standing up and saying something. Like, the thing is, I'm not saying respond with violence the way that they are doing. No. But people need to stand up. They need to be able to, A, protect themselves against psychos, just saying. And 2, like, stand up and use your voice. Who cares if someone says you sound like so-and-so? Who cares? Stand up for your country. Stand up for your citizens. Stop being a little bee.
Trying to grab the... I know his name was Farouk. But I had brought this up when that father was gunned down. I want to say Nigel, but I think I'm like blending like Nigel Farage and this man.
I don't know. I'm bad with names. Don't even ask me.
Here we go. How many times do I need to show this to you, old man?
All the
Abdul Farouk. Remember this.
Bad face.
So a political leader, okay, Abdul Farouk was a man of faith, blah, blah, blah. York Regional Police said the home invasion was targeted, but they had released few details. In a news release on Sunday, police say they responded to a resident in the area of reporting of a home invasion shortly before 1 a.m. on Sunday. When officers arrived, police said they found a man suffering from trauma to his body. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police said they are looking for at least 3 suspects who were described as wearing dark clothing and face coverings. Farouk's close friends... Okay, I just want what actually happened. Well, I guess we don't really need to talk about what necessarily happened in a CBC report. His child was held at gunpoint, and they said, "Give me all your stuff." The invaders said, "Give me all your stuff." And the father, listening to the police, said, "Okay." They said, "Okay, I will give you your stuff." And what happened? He got gunned down in front of his children. And then when the Liberal Party, remember this, when the Liberal Party is sitting there saying, you need to have compassion for these individuals, for those home invaders, they're just poor. They're just poor. Remember that a father was gunned down for listening to the police that were sworn to protect, who said in a press release that if a break happens or if something happens, it's a failure on us. That's what that fucking police chief said. It's a failure of us. Do you understand that? He said it's a failure that this happened. We stripped his ability to defend himself, defend his children from being held as a fucking hostage. And he complied. He did everything the police told him he should do. Just comply. Just do what the burglar says because you hold no fucking cards here. And he got murdered in front of his children. So this is who the Liberal Party decides to defend, not the victim. They see not the man that was gunned down. He's not the victim. It's the person that entered his home was the victim.
It was the same with Irina on the subway. Everybody was defending the guy who stabbed her because mental illness, poor, this, that, the next thing. Like, everyone was giving excuses of the yin yang for the actual predator. Hi, Payman.
What's up, Payman? Fantastic seeing you here. Yeah, and so the conservatives will never win. Basically, what you're saying, the conservatives will never win because they can't stick a flag in fucking anything.
Well, that's your interpretation of what he said, but
Well, CPC wants to form
weren't his
government,
words.
ergo needs center, ergo avoid big issues. The left has no problem sticking a flag in any molehill and saying, come fight me.
Right. Which I don't know. It's funny because a lot of these things, like, okay, so the thing that you just mentioned with this gentleman, and I know you just mentioned his name again.
Abdul
I'm horrible with
Farouk.
names. Thank you, Farouk. He again, a man of faith. Isn't it funny how there's so many people of faith who are the ones under attack right now? It blows my flipping mind. It literally does.
It's the people that are willing to follow the rules. You are less likely to get shot. The statistic is like it's virtually impossible. Not it's impossible. It's virtually the chance of you getting shot and killed by a legal gun owner is virtually zero.
Yeah. Statistics show it's always and everybody is always calling for, we need more gun reform, gun reform. We need to take the guns away, more laws on this and that. And it's literally 0% of the legal gun owners who are committing these crimes. And it's all the illegal people who are breaking the law. Just because you put in laws doesn't mean that the criminals are going to follow them. The criminals are going to criminal whether you put laws in place or not. Like, how retarded are you? Sorry, I'm not trying to use the R word, but come on, people. God.
So remember, after that happened, I know we're going a little long, but this shit,
little bit.
It pisses me off because the guy did everything right. He did what the police told him to do.
Yeah, he
There
legit
you
followed
go.
the rules.
After that father was killed. So this was what? This happened September 2nd. September 2nd. After that father was gunned down in cold fucking blood in his own house. 3 days later, York police chief defends advice to comply with intruders after father killed protecting family. They laugh at you as you die. They say, how dare you? How dare you?
See, and that's the frustrating thing is, like, literally it's somebody here. Now, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong and just being assumptive on the color of the man's skin in saying that he's not Canadian born. He very well could be, because Canada is very diverse.
I don't give a shit if he wasn't.
But okay, but this is just what I'm saying. Like, could you imagine going to another country? Let's just say you and I moved to India, and they say, the police say, these are the things you should do when a criminal comes to criminal that will help save your life. And we follow said rules that the police said, and then we die.
I'm going to crash the fuck out.
Okay, like, how frustrating would that be? It's like we're literally doing exactly what you told us to do, and we still lost our lives. All right, go ahead, crash the fork out.
I'm gonna crash out. I'm reading this right here. McSween said that advice. Remember, he's saying this in response to a father being gunned down in front of his children. This is a police chief. Chief.
Okay, hello.
McSween said that the advice he gave earlier had nothing to do with politics or concerns about using force against perpetrators of home invasions, suggesting it was one specific tactic to stay safe and preserve lives. When it comes to defending property, material items can be replaced, but lives cannot.
Okay, I get that. However, homeboy still followed your rules and lost his life, where if he had the opportunity to defend himself and his family, he would probably still be here. And guess what? The POS intruder might be pieced out. Like, I'm sorry. When it comes to no. When it comes to, if somebody said, Kim, if you follow these rules, there may or may not be a chance of you surviving. But let's face it, the stuff in your house just isn't worth it. Or, here, you have a gun and you've been trained. You've done all the training, the freaking courses and shit like that. You know how to use said gun. Here's your gun to protect your family in case an intruder comes in. Which one am I going to choose? Because my chances are higher with being trained and knowing how to use said weapon and having said weapon to defend my home and my family, as opposed to, all right, fine.
As you all
can take
know,
all my stuff. They take the stuff and then shoot you in the face anyway. I would rather try to defend myself and my family and have that opportunity and that chance than just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to blindly give you my stuff. Here you go, sir. Oh, I'm dead anyway. Cool. Enjoy my stuff and my life.
Remember, he said that if this happens, this is a failure on our end. We failed. If you remove the ability for citizens to defend themselves and they are beheld to the benevolence of a criminal, you didn't protect anything. You created a victim. The same reason why CNN had that article. We've seen these articles time and time again of, if you're going to be sexually assaulted, vomit on yourself.
Or poop yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Or try to soil yourself, because that will dissuade intruders.
Guess what?
So how dare you defend yourself?
It doesn't.
This criminal doesn't know better. They don't know that SA is terrible. They don't know that. So how dare you try to stop them? But if you do, how about you stick your fingers down your throat? This is why this shit pisses me off. This father didn't need to die. We see.
No.
Ugh.
No, he did not. And it's really sad that he literally did what his people he was looking up to protect him told him to do. And he still died.
All right, we'll play this. Of course, like I said, there we do have the stream link. If you want to share something with us, you're more than welcome to. But while you do, let's play this. This is from the CCFR.
Tourism is real, and it's coming back with the darkness, the shorter days. Every fall when it starts to get darker earlier, criminals from all over the world, they literally fly here for the sole purpose of committing crimes. They take advantage of our lax Canadian laws and our Canadian lifestyle in general, and they disappear back to their home country in the spring.
Latin American theft groups and Eastern European theft groups enter Canada shortly after the daylight savings ends in the fall, and return home to their countries in the spring after they've committed crime.
This isn't a conspiracy. Cool. These chiefs and politicians from right across the country, they are very well aware of this.
Every single one of these individuals arrived in York Region from outside the borders of Canada. And we believe their sole purpose for coming here was to commit crime for profit.
Here's how it works. Organized crime groups, they target quiet residential neighborhoods in the evening, usually between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., right when most people are out for dinner or running errands, shopping or taking the kids to sports. And these criminals are not amateurs either. They use technology to their advantage. Some of them use signal jammers to block alarms and disable Wi-Fi based security cameras, which you may have installed around your home or your business. So you invest thousands of dollars to protect your home. You're doing all the right things to keep you safe, your family safe, and some lowlife has the ability to just disable them like that. And here's what really gets to me. These devices, they're illegal for you to own. You could get in trouble for having one, but just like illegal firearms, that doesn't stop the criminals from getting them and using this technology for their advantage.
Signal jammers are generally used to defeat wireless cameras, it defeats radios, it defeats cell phones. It dampens that area. So a lot of the cameras that are set up by residents, it'll defeat that.
Look, the police are doing all they can. They're just as frustrated with the system as everybody else. The systems that continue to fail Canadians. Canada is soft on crime. Everybody knows it. I'll put it like this. If the suspects are caught and they stay in the country, like in prison, taxpayers foot the bill. If they're forced to go back to their home country, then there's almost no punishment for them at all. They get away with it because they were going to return home anyway. They get a free flight home. Either way, the taxpayers foot the bill and nothing stops them from coming back next year. It's our revolving door that nobody seems to fix. Actions have to have some consequences. These are organized, targeted crimes against Canadians. And as usual, the victims are left picking up the pieces. I've seen
100%. I'm just going to say, just small note. Do you think when he did this video, he was like, how can I look the most Canadian? I'm going to wear flannel and the Canadian tuxedo all at the same time. Sorry.
The handsome son of a bitch.
Right. God damn it.
Yeah. So seeing this, they know. So when this is a failure, when these types of things happen, it's a continuation of a failed system. You are the victim, or actually, sorry. You're the fool for getting broken into. They're the victim because you have stuff that they want.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. It's funny when we had like many years ago when our family home was broken into. The cops were like, don't go in, just wait for the cops to show up. Called my dad to see if it was him that just left the door unlocked, even though something felt suspicious. My dad's like, nay, I locked that door. Okay. I'm going to tell you, my dad was across the city. He made it to our house before the cops, hours before the cops. And he was just like, fork this shit. I'm going in. And he busted his butt in there. And the funny thing is, as soon as he busted in, I was like right behind him. And my sister and brother-in-law at the time were like, no, get back here. I'm like, no, my dad's got this. It's sad that like literally he's the first one on the scene. And they're like, no, don't do this. Don't do that. But it's like, where the fork are you? It took y'all hours. I called them at 7. They didn't get there till 11 p.m. 11 p.m.
No, exactly. But you're the fool. You're the fool. How dare you defend yourself, defend your property? And you know what? If they're benevolent enough, maybe they won't shoot you. Maybe they won't murder you in front of your family. Maybe they won't.
No, I don't think they do criminal records coming into Canada. I really don't. If they,
all right.
I
think with that, all right, let's get out of here.
Okay,
let's
I
go.
just got a question for you guys. Leave a comment because obviously our live is going to be going. Would it be better for us to start our show later? Like I noticed, like most of you people start coming on like an hour into our show. Should we start an hour later? Would that be more better? Just throwing it out there. Leave me a little message in the comment section down below. Let me know. Otherwise, thank you for everybody for taking the time of your day to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. As per usual, we don't disappoint. There's just too much for us to keep up with. If you are new here, please hit the little subscribe button, like, share us. Even if you're not new and you haven't subscribed, do it. You're back. Do it. We will be back again live Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central live on Rumble, X, and YouTube. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Be kind to one another. See you Monday. We out.